Tenuta said. "Thanks, Ingrid." He handed the phone to Doyle and examined the foot in question. "I'll be damned," the trainer said. Madame Golden whinnied as Tenuta held her foot. He said, "Jack, call Travis Hawkins. You got his cell?" The powerfully built African-American blacksmith was in the cab of his white Ford pickup, eating a breakfast burrito from the Heartland Downs track kitchen and going over his written schedule for the day. "Travis, it's Jack. Can you come over to the Tenuta barn? Ralph has a little job for you. Won't take long." Hawkins said, "What's a little job?" Doyle described Madame Golden's problem. "Who noticed that?" "The horse told them." "What?" "This will all become clear once you get over here," Doyle said. "I think." 25 minutes later, after Hawkins had carefully removed the offending nail and put a new shoe on the appreciative Madame Golden, the three men drank coffee in Tenuta's office. The blacksmith said, "Are you going to explain?" Tenuta said, "I met this young woman, Ingrid McGuire, a few months ago. She's a veterinarian. Used to work with another vet, Eric Allgauer, that I used for quite a while." Tenuta refilled his coffee cup and sat down again behind his desk. "Here's the deal. Ingrid is what they call a horse communicator. She used to do mainly straight veterinary work when she was with Allgauer, but now she pretty much concentrates on this other practice, communicating. A lot of guys back here didn't take her or her ideas seriously when she started, me included, but I've seen the good results Ingrid gets. I'm a believer." Hawkins leaned forward. A man who had been around horses most of his adult life, he was obviously intrigued. "Ralph, what does she do? I don't understand." "Now," Tenuta said, "don't laugh, but what Ingrid does is like that ESP stuff I've seen on TV. Extrasensory perception, I think it's called. She closes her eyes and concentrates and lets the horse come into her mind. The horse tells her things. Horses can't talk, but somehow Ingrid can pick up what they are thinking, if they want her to know what they're thinking. Some don't, or can't. This doesn't work with all horses, she tells me. I know it sounds crazy, but it isn't. Ingrid said she got started with this method after she read a book by a veterinarian in England, a guy named Henry Blake. The book convinced her that this kind of horse communication was possible, so she went ahead with it. And it worked. And it left her former partner and boyfriend, Eric Allgauer, behind." Doyle and Hawkins exchanged eyebrow-raised looks. Tenuta said, "Here, I want to show you this. Ingrid gave me Blake's book." He thumbed through the book to a dog-eared page. "Henry Blake talks about the transfer of an emotional state from horse to horse or horse to human. He says the telepathy involved is the transfer of specific mental pictures. Ingrid says that's exactly what goes on when conditions are right." He put the book down and removed his reading glasses. "Ingrid has got several clients here now," Tenuta continued. "She says her methods of dealing with horses vary. After she's first met them, some of them send messages to her when she's not with them. Others need her to be with them there in person. Others, I guess like Madame Golden, can be prompted by hearing her voice on the phone." "ESP." Tenuta became slightly agitated by the looks on the faces of his listeners, especially Doyle's. He said, "Skeptical bastard that you are, Jack, I'm sure you think this is some kind of hustle. Well, hear this. The first time I used Ingrid, I had her deal with an old gelding, Frank's Fantasy. He'd all of a sudden soured on me. He wouldn't break from the gate, and he loped around to finish dead last in 3 straight races, with his head cocked so he could look over the fence at the crowd, like he was mocking me. I changed his feed, his exercise schedule, tried 3 different jocks on him. None of them could do anything with Frank's Fantasy except get hot and dirty at the back of the pack. The horse just wouldn't try. I had his regular vet, Allgauer, go over him from head to tail. Nothing physically wrong with Frank's Fantasy, so Allgauer said. A few days later, Ingrid McGuire came by the barn one morning and asked if I would let her work with Frank's Fantasy. I'd seen her assist Allgauer before and been impressed with her. Real nice young woman. Her mother's Swedish, her dad's a Mick. Hey, I thought, why not? I'm not getting anywhere with this animal. You guys want more coffee? Doyle said, "Go on with it, Ralph." Ingrid made a couple of visits to Frank's Fantasy's stall. Ingrid said Frank's Fantasy told her he was sad.